Hi, my name is Natalia and I'm a real estate attorney here in the state of Florida. And today I want to talk to you about the following landlord tenant issue. What can you do when you have two tenants or more that have signed a lease agreement for residential property, and one of the tenants is wonderful, amazing, pays on time, is a person who listens to what you request, who sends you repair requests in writing, who essentially is the ideal type of tenant. And when you have a co-tenant, so one tenant that lives with them, who is the devil incarnate, somebody who makes violent threats, somebody who swears at you, somebody who says that they're going to burn down the property if you try to remove them, somebody who refuses to pay rent. What can you do in that event? Can you terminate a lease agreement as to one tenant? And can you evict that one tenant based on behavior such as harassment, threats to damage your property, using vulgar language with you, etc.? So the first thing you should know is that most standard contracts fail to include a clause that allows for the termination of the lease agreement if your tenant harasses you or makes your life a living hell in other ways, or makes threats about the property, doesn't actually follow through with them necessarily, but makes threats, treats your management company like garbage, etc. However, the fact that this is not included in your lease agreement doesn't mean that you're out of luck. Chapter 83.56 of the Florida statute does make clear that you are allowed to terminate the lease agreement with 7 days notice if they have a continued unreasonable disturbance. And so this isn't for that like one-time event where your tenant got really upset about something and they used vernacular language in that transaction. There's a pattern of repeated threats made to the landlord, to the management company, to co-tenants as well, whether it's threats of violence, threats to commit property damage, threats to throw out the co-tenant's property. But these are considered continuous and unreasonable disturbances, and you do not have to leave someone like this in your property. You can terminate the lease agreement with 7 days notice when it is this type of a violation of basic Chapter 83 requirements for tenants. And in that event, if they refuse to leave after the notice of termination of tenancy, you can evict that one tenant for violating Chapter 83 of the Florida statutes. So if you have an angel as a tenant and a demon as a co-tenant, you can in fact get rid of them, even if your lease agreement does not have a specific clause that says, in the event that you are a terrible human being and continually making life hell for me, their co-tenant, and my management company, you can in fact get rid of them. All right. Good luck out there, investors.